Hi, it's Emma from Aleph Beauty here. I want to walk you through a beautiful festive look using our new hybrid eye pigment flicker. We're going to start with a couple of drops of serum primer just to prep the skin and create a really beautiful soft velvety canvas for your concealer foundation application. 2 drops of serum primer in the palm of the hand. Press palms together and press into the skin. We're going to use concealer foundation 1.5 around the eye area to just brighten up Shannon's eyes and conceal any under eye unevenness. Pressing this in with the fingertip is great because it gets you a fuller coverage, and the warmth from your fingertip really helps to blend it in underneath the eyes. Just gently pressing it in. We can go all the way up into the corner of the eye. Don't forget to conceal up and around the outer corners of the eyes. That'll help just lift up the eyes, and then any darkness on the inner corner of the eye. We can leave the eyelids bare from concealer because we're going to go directly onto the lid with the color shortly. This can definitely be layered, but you need to allow enough time for the skin to just absorb all of the nourishing ingredients of the product before you pop on another layer. Concealer foundation, I'm going to go with a 2.0. I'm going to mix with a little bit of Radiance Star, which is a beautiful orchidy glow. And this is going to help brighten up the skin, add a little bit of vitality to the skin so that we look nice and fresh and glowy. So about a 3:1 ratio, and then just blend and mix together with the fingertips. The warmth from the fingertips helps to activate the product and blend it in beautifully. And then we'll apply with our diffuser brush. Same as with the concealer, a little bit goes a long way, so it's a little bit at a time. Adding the radiance into your concealer foundation is a beautiful way to help even out the skin tone even further without having to add layers and layers of extra coverage. The light diffusion of the product helps to do any correction to the skin, just lends to a more even skin tone without having to create layer upon layer of extra coverage. And also we want the skin to look like your skin, not like you're wearing a matte mask that is very unskin-like. So a little bit of natural freckles or anything showing through is actually quite nice, because it's all about enhancing the skin and not masking the skin. We want it to look like the best possible version of our skin and not like an artificial mask that we've painted on. I'm super excited that the skinimalism trend has caught on, because it means that we really can just showcase our own beautiful skin and enhance it as opposed to covering it up. So next up, we'll go for Grounded as our cheek color. I'm going to pop a little bit on the back of my hand, use my fingertip. It's nice and easy to blend with the fingers. And to find the spot where your blush goes, you can draw an imaginary line down from your pupil to halfway between your nose and upper lip, and then aim for there, and then just blend up and out. And that'll give you a really nice natural flush in the right place. Grounded is a beautiful neutral shade. It's one of my go-tos. Then you can get your diffuser brush in and give it a little bit of a blend just to diffuse everything together. Next up, we're going to go for Terra. This is going to add a little bit of bronze, a little bit of contour, and really help to frame the face. and bring back a little bit of tan into the face. So the easiest way to use Terra is to tap 3 fingertips onto the top of the jar. It's quite strong, but actually when you get it onto the face, it creates a really beautiful bronze tone. This will suit any skin tone. If in doubt, just tap a little bit off onto the back of your hand, and then you can smooth that around the forehead. So that just gives you an instant sun-kissed look. And then we can go in on the contour as well, which is just underneath the cheekbone, and dab that underneath the cheekbone, and then with a clean finger, blend it up onto the cheekbone. Also go around the edges there, round into the temples. This creates a really beautiful contour. Another great place to put it too is just up under the chin. This helps to frame the chin, and also it disguises the little white patch that we often get when we're in the sun, and the sun doesn't see down there. And so this will help to blend your foundation into your neck without having to go all the way down your neck with your foundation, because that can be a little bit disruptive to your clothes. Next we'll go in with our prep finish powder. This is just as our finish powder today. So we're going to go in to mattify this. We're also going to use it as a primer for the eyelids. So note the pressing rolling motion. That's the best way to use this, because you're picking up the product onto your brush and then you're rolling it and depositing it back on. Instead of wiping and then swiping that way, will end up back in your pot. We want to avoid this. So picking your product up, just pressing it into the face. This is going to set your foundation, make it last a lot longer. It's also going to reduce any shine and oil, give you a nice matte finish. So you've still got the glow coming through from your radiance that we've added into the concealer foundation. So it's glowing from the inside, but we're mattifying the texture. And then up under the eye, just look up. So you can either use it with the powder brush onto the lid, or use your eye blender brush and get a really dense cover of prep finish powder onto the eyelid. This will create a nice base and a grip for your eyeshadow that you pop on top. And this one actually gets right into the corners of the eyes nicely, up under the eye. There we go. Right, it's flicker time. So we're going to apply flicker with our lip brush. Doing it this way will help to give you a really intense coverage across the lid. So picking it up with the brush and just swiping it across the lid. So applying here from lashes to about the midway up the lid. And then from there, we'll blend it out with the blending brush. Then we get the blender brush, and we can blend that up into the crease. So just soften those edges and diffuse it out. Now to create a little bit of a smokier look, we're going to add a little bit of Terra up under the eyes, under the lower lash line, and then bring it onto the lid as well. So we can do this with the lip brush. If you are going to use your lip brush around the eye area, do so with caution though. Always make sure that it is thoroughly clean and thoroughly dry before you go using it from the lip to the eye. Often it's a good practice to have two, have one for the eye area and one for the lip. And then we're going to go onto the lid and just do a little bit of a deepening of the outer corner of the eye and blend that with the fingertip. Then, because Terra is a little bit more emollient than flicker, we're just going to powder that just to ensure that it stays. It's It's a really stunning complement though to Flicker. Terra and Flicker go really well together. You've got the gold fleck from Flicker, and then you've got the depth and warmth from Terra. Go over the top with your prep finish powder just to set that Terra. And look up at the roof, we can go underneath as well. And we want to top that off with lashings of mascara. We want to intensify those lashes. We're going to add a little bit of Pixie to the lips for a nice rosy pop of color on the lips. And your lip brush is fantastic here to give you a good lip line definition. Oh, Pixie's nice. And to top it off, we're just going to put a little bit of star, radiant star, back on the tops of the cheekbones, just for a little bit of extra festive glow. I'm going to pop it right up here. Star is one of my favorites for a little bit of a subtle ping of vitality to the skin. This is a really beautiful look that can take you from day to night using our new hybrid eye pigment Flicker.